Okay. Hey, everybody. Tonight is July 25th, Business Bucks night. So when you hang up from this call, go put your 350 or 700 in for your business bucks. This is Kayla Troutman speaking, a director in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. And we have Carisa on the phone with us. And we are going to lead a call on how to track and how to basically make sure that you're doing the work you need to do every single day, whether you are doing this very part-time, full-time, or big time, as we call it. And so we're just going to walk you guys through some simple tips. I'm super excited to see Sonia on and Jess Schultz and then Dawn in particular, because I feel like these are great example cases that we can use of different levels of business. So this will actually work out really good. I don't know who's on the phone, but if you want to type in the chat box who you are, that would be awesome, and we'll cheer you on as well. But this is perfect. If you're calling into the recording, we thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this recording. And you can comment below the shared video when we share it and tell us you listen. That helps Carissa and I make sure we're covering material that's actually applicable and helpful. Otherwise, we'll give our families these nights back, and we won't do this if it's not helpful to people. But if it is, Chris and I are happy to chat together and prepare material. So, Carissa, what did I miss?
That's good.
That's good? Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to kick off every meeting from now on reading the Wildtree Creed. So next time, if you'd print it out of the MRC, you'd be awesome and be on like star list. But for tonight, Carissa and I, we've been practicing, are going to read the creed to you. Yay! Because we're so excited. Get ready. Okay, we'll try to read it choppy so we can get into the material here. The Wildtree Creed. At Wildtree, our vision is to become the best and most trusted mealtime solutions company worldwide by embodying the principles set forth by our 160-year-old family of companies. Our mission is to help deliver simple, nutritious meal choices that enable our customers and business builders to live the life they desire. Our purpose is to provide a vehicle for busy individuals and family to prioritize what they value most. As part of that pursuit, we believe in
promoting the Wildtree story and its company's philosophies to the world, putting other people first because we know that we rise by lifting others,
looking to find the silver lining in every situation so we can keep our can-do attitude, sharing love for our product, our team members, and our customers,
providing great opportunities for our farmers, manufacturing team, and home office by being consistent producers, knowing change is good and that change means we are staying progressive and innovative,
recognize when our team members do something right in public and private, doing our best and always trying our best every day,
providing information that is of real value, honest, and the people's best interest in mind, seeing people not for who they are, but for who they can become,
providing viable business opportunity with unlimited potential for our team members. My favorite, woo woo. Nice, whoever it is, yourself. Where did I just leave off? Meeting people where they are so we can bring out the best in them and ourselves. Excuse me.
Having integrity and doing what we preach even when no one is watching. Leading by example because you can't teach what you don't know and you can't lead where you won't go.
That's a second favorite of mine. Setting goals using positive self-talk and never limiting ourselves in what we can accomplish. Being for what is right and not who is right.
Using principles to guide our decision making. And when problems arise, we assume the best in people and work with the focus on the solution.
Most of all, we believe in being examples of health, growth, hard work, and positivity in every area of our lives and business. We are committed to building a company that creates a lasting legacy by building people to build our company. We are proud to represent Wildtree as a part of the Southwestern family of companies, and we will work continually towards helping people achieve their goals in life. Is that what you're telling them right now? Because I just realized, like, when you're on Zoom, everyone else in the room can hear too. Well, Dawn has headphones in, so Brandy has headphones in, so that makes it better. Yeah, not that I care, but I just felt like, wow, I'm like engaged reading the creed. I kind of like it. So, okay. Okay, Carissa, you take it away, girlfriend.
Okay, well, just for, like Kayla said, how we're setting up this call, we want to be able to share with you critical success factors and how you can track your activity to make sure that you're spending time on things that's going to be income producing for you and your business. And when you're taking time away from your family, like Kayla said about this call, if these are helpful, which we hope they are, we want to continue doing them. And same with when you work your business. You want to do stuff that's going to take you to the next level and move you forward. Also, just to kind of like put this into perspective too with Wildtree. I know, Kayla, we talked about this before about the mission of Wildtree. We all know the mission of Wildtree, but some of us don't realize, because all of a sudden it's like, oh, Henry Bedford's our CEO. And I've had a lot of questions where like, wait, what? Who's Henry Bedford? And why is he our CEO? But a lot of people have never realized that Wildtree's been partnered with Southwestern companies since 2004. So a lot of people get like, it was like they're thrown off when we announced Henry Bedford was a CEO. And I just wanted to kind of throw it out there that this is a good thing. This is a very good thing. Henry's actually always been kind of there with Southwestern. He's just been kind of behind the scenes. And now he's out in front, the front man, calling the shots, a lot of awesome shots. His vision for Wildtree in the next 5 years, we're currently at $24 million. Henry's vision for us in 5 years is $100 million. If you look back, I'm not going to talk about the history of it, but if you look back on all the, I think there's 13 other companies he's associated with, right? All of his visions of where he saw these companies going, he's hit. Like, we're going to go there, they go there. We're going to do this, they do it. So when we say right place, right time, your future never tasted better, like, this is the real deal, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get excited. And like the two artworks behind me there that I just noticed, I have the cool background. So, okay, we're going to talk about standard critical success factors. So these are going to be things that like general recommendations that you will need to do in your Wildtree business to move yourself forward. So whatever, if it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, if it's Tuesday, Thursday, if it's Monday through Friday, or if it's just Wednesday, these are the things that you need to work on and focus on to take you to the next level of your business. I'm going to kind of go through one, and then Kayla's going to kind of put in her like maybe an example, and she might use a couple of you as an example as well. So the first one is 10 calls a day. So 10 calls a day, what is, 10 calls, contacts. I know that they stress on 10 calls a day, but I always tell everyone, if you can reach out to 10 people a day, that's going to move you one step further the next day. So reaching out to 10 contacts, not brand new contacts, but just 10 people that are on your contact list of 100 that you're going to reach out to and share Wildtree with. So, Kayla.
Can I go? Yep. Okay. Yeah. So for Jess Schultz, because we just had this conversation, I'm going to use her and toot her horn tonight. Yay, Jess. She's been making her list, and she's not doing 10. That doesn't work for Jess right now. Jess has, she's mom of 4, works full time, steady team leader with Wildtree, but she can't go for explosive growth right now. That just doesn't work for her family. So we talked about, after conference, where do you go from here? Let's start with 5 a day. 5 solid good reaches. That's 25 a week. And I don't know about a lot of you on this call or listening to the recording. That's more than a lot of us do some weeks, isn't it? We're all shaking our heads. Yes. So Jess reached out yesterday already, and some of her contacts are going to be hostess coaching. Some are going to be requesting bookings. Some are going to be looking for recruits to add to her team. She's going to make sure it's a mix. Not that it's all the easy stuff. Hey, Sally, how's your taco seasoning? Great. Thanks for your business. She's going to do the work. And yesterday she booked a workshop for August and had a couple ambassadors volunteer to share the app. That's growth. So do it at the level you can. Sonia, I would say for you, maybe that's 3 people. Maybe it's 2 people. I know right now with your son and your family that just grew as well, like you can't do that. But I know, Dawn, you have huge vision right now. And so you have to set that number to be something doable. And you guys, you just have to do it. And I love what on the phone. I have to get in the habit that if I miss Tuesday because I had to do something with my kids, right? Puking child. Carissa had sad Nora today. We're not exactly sure what's going on. Then she'll make it up tomorrow. Just said this. These were her words. I did basically need to make it 10 the next day. And even that, you guys, is doable if you stick with it. Where it starts to be not doable is when you let it go a whole week and then you start to let that weigh on your shoulders. And then what do we all do? We spiral into this negative place of, oh my gosh, I'm behind. I stink. I can't do this. Our best advice, Chris and I both, just pick it back up the next day and do the best you can. Like, your customers don't know that they were on your list for Monday and it's now Friday. Nobody knows that I'm 2 weeks behind on my follow-up because of conference and other things. Today, when I followed up with people, they thought I was the coolest thing since sliced bread. Like, they don't know that. So just pick it up. Okay, there's my spiel. Was that good?
Yeah.
Okay.
The second one, I think there's 10 of these? The second one is reaches. So 3 reaches a day. Now reaches is what, now those would be like, those are brand new people. So like Kayla said, whatever level capacity. So this might not even be 3 a day. This might be 1 new person a week. So I know Kayla and I have many conversations because she's like, how do you keep like funneling in people? And I make it up, and I told her I make it a point to try and find who's somebody brand new that I've never asked about Wildtree. And maybe it's like my Wednesdays, and I'm going to reach out to 3 people that day. Or maybe I'm going to reach out to 1 person because that's all I have time for. But I'm putting the bug in someone's ear, brand new, never had Wildtree before, or I don't think they've ever had Wildtree. I've never talked to them about it before. And putting that out there and just having that mindset, because then you get into that like funnel of people and you're like bouncing in a circle, the same people, and you can't get out of this circle. And then you feel like you can't ever reach anybody else. But if you put that in your mind that, okay, this week, Wednesday is going to be my reach out day, and I'm going to reach out to 1 person, 2 people, 3 people, but at least make it a point to reach out to somebody brand spanking new every week.
Yeah. I don't have much to add to that, except, we all have, if you revisit your contact list of 100, which if you're in my organization, we use the orientation packet, we all make our contact list of 100, and we focus less on 100 and more on I always say, take your brain, empty the folder that holds everybody you've met in your life. From grade school to middle school to high school to college, or ex-in-laws, whoever you have. And at some point, I bet you, if you remake that list every quarter, you'll be writing down names that you've never asked about Wildtree that you can count as new reaches. So I really think that's huge as far as growing when you feel stuck in your same circles.
Then the third,
and to be honest, you having.
Go ahead.
Can I add something quick, Krista? Honestly, that's more beneficial to you than work. That's honestly more beneficial all day there trying to make connections with newbies, when a lot of times you can make them a faster Wildtree connection with someone that maybe was only ever an acquaintance anyway, but at least you have some sort of connection to start. So I'm not saying the vendor events are bad, but I just want to say, when you're thinking about reaching out of your circle, first really rack your brain on everybody you've ever met, and then go to events and things next, is my advice.
Kayla, if you're wondering, I don't know if the other girls are laughing the same reason I am, because she goes into like a slow-mo and she sounds like she's drunk.
Okay. Does it do that?
Yeah. So if you see me bust out laughing, you're like, sure. I'm like, what? So.
Oh, no, you hear me now? My internet.
I don't know. I thought it was just me. Okay. Sorry.
That's
All right. The third one, dated parties. This one's 10. Well, they say 10 a month, but again, think back what you want. 4, 5, 6, 7. Dated parties. So when you're making your calls, make your reach outs, you're dating, you're making sure every month that you're dating those 4 you're getting those 4 dates filled. Like, that's a priority. Like Kayla said, hey, how's your taco season? Oh, it's great. Okay, bye. Like, you're working towards getting those parties booked.
Yep. So basically, I don't know that I can add anything different, except you guys all know you have to have a calendar, right? So just keeping it full, and when something cancels, not just shrugging your shoulders, I always say, and really trying to replace it is huge. Because parties will cancel. We all have had that happen. So maybe book an extra one if you can, a Facebook party, or have a backup plan. Today I was coaching someone, and she wants to work a lot of it from her phone. And I said, so each month you're going to have your event or 2 booked, and then you're going to have a mystery box lined up mystery hostess, something different every month, something that can help you. So that'd be my advice on booking events. Remember that you will have cancellation, and that's why number of parties run is different than number of parties booked. There's my tip on that.
So the parties dated, and the next one would be parties run. And the reason why we're having you write these 10 things down, there's a purpose behind this and how you're going to track these. So the parties run is basically when you hold your parties. So then when you physically hold, you had the party, everything was good, orders were placed, and you move on. The next one, which I think is super important, this is something that we learned at conference, and this is something that I took away as a huge piece of my business, because I never offered this. I never thought to offer this. I was like, why would I do that? Like, that's more time away from my family and things like that. But this is like huge, and some people love this. Dating one-on-one consultations. They recommend 3 a week. So Kayla I know she shared like her referral post that she did, and picking up the phone and talking to those people, and scheduling a one-on-one and see it's nice to talk on the phone to them, but if you can get in person, they can see it. I think it's a little bit easier, and you can kind of feel out what their family eats on a weekly basis, and you can help fill in their family's needs right there, like one-on-one, no party, no pressure, nothing. You're just being a genuine person and helping that person in front of you. I've never thought to offer one-on-ones, and now it's something that is now in my lingo.
Yeah, I did a one-on-one today at 9 a.m. It did go a full hour, which I didn't expect it to. I will admit I only saved 30 minutes really in my head. Thankfully, I had nothing behind it. But we talked through, I make them empty their cup. I just ask them a ton of questions. I listen. I'm getting asked a lot about what am I doing in a one-on-one. If I'm live, I do the same thing as on the phone. The difference is if I'm on the phone, they get everything in an email, and I ask them to pull it up. And if I'm live, I'm sitting with them and I bring printed copies. But I don't just like go into Wildtree at first. I really figure out what can help them. And so after this lady emptied her cup, she told me about her job, her life, her husband's job, all these things. We talked about mealtime and how they eat super late at night. They really don't like to cook. She does all the cooking herself, and they needed variety. So I started with workshop kits, assuming that might not appeal to her, but that's what I kind of just give everybody as a base. I went to make fresh bundles, 5-minute prep, and by the time I was done, I gave her the options. You can be a customer, you can be a hostess, or we can get together. You can sample products or come to a party I have. She's coming to my party Monday night. And so, and if she for some reason can't come, she said she's going to try a workshop kit, but she'd like to actually come, taste a bunch, and give my hostess Monday night the credit. And my hostess was within 20 minutes of her house. That's how we got to that point. So basically, like, it's really not, I don't want to make this sound like it's not hard, because now this is like my 5th or 6th one-on-one I've done. But the more I'm doing them, like Carissa said, the easier it's getting. And I'm going to add in some advice on referrals too. So my coach, for example, wants me doing one-on-one per day on average a week. So that's 5. For Jess or Dawn or any of you, it might just be 1 or 2 or 3 a month. You pick what you want, but it's a workshop kit sale. If I would have talked to her about the normal 30 to 40 minutes, which is what a one-on-one should take, I'm happy with that. I'm happy that she's going to become a beloved customer and hopefully go out and share that app referral code after she gets her workshop kit made. And so I just want to say, like, I never had that in my lingo either, these next couple categories. But in the last couple weeks, this has been huge for me. Plus, it's fun. I can do it at home. When Macaulay was watching Trolls this morning, and I could talk to this woman on the phone, and Macaulay started crying at one point, and she's like, oh my gosh, tell me about him. And so it's kind of fun. It's a different kind of business. And for many of you, you might be more comfortable in that setting. So there's my tip on
that. And then obviously the one-on-one, after that, it's a one-on-one run is what they call it. So just write down after dated one-on-one, put one-on-one run, because it'll make sense when you talk about the how you're going to track it.
Yeah, just like parties, I've had a couple one-on-ones this week already. It's Tuesday? I had 2 cancel on me yesterday. We were supposed to be chatting on the phone yesterday afternoon. I always check in with them about an hour before I'm supposed to call them, and they both bailed on me. But I held 1 today. So it's kind of like book 3, hold 1 for me right now. And that's okay. Like, it didn't cost me anything to book it and not go. It's not like there's an invite or anything. But just saying same thing as parties, you're going to book knowing you are going to have some. This is what my coach told me. Nobody is going to care about your business like you do. So get used to being done. Like, you've got to literally get it in your head that sometimes your customers just aren't going to do what they say they're going to do. They're not going to show up for their appointments. Your hostesses are not going to be as awesome as they promised. But if you have plan B, like if you worked it steady throughout the month, it's okay. So those 2 cancellations gave me more time at the park with McCully. And then today's hopefully will net me profit in the future.
Mm-hmm. And Sonia said that she does one-on-ones already. So that's awesome.
Perfect.
And then, okay, so the next one is money collected. So they recommend collecting $1,000 a week. Okay, so these metrics that we're talking about too, they referenced when if you want to be from today in a year, you want to be director. This is what you do. This is the level of what you do. If you obviously if you want this to a leader, it'd probably be down like $500 or something like that. So this is just kind of, just to put that in perspective, because I know at first I was like, wait, how much? What? I was kind of the same way. So money collected, keeping track of. This is something I always kind of forget to do. Some people are like, so you have this many parties. How many people are you in front of? How many outside orders did you get? Who was there that didn't do a workshop? Who was like, I don't keep track of any of that, and I wish I would, or I should start. Actually, I'm going to start. Though I did start really good at the beginning of the year, and now I kind of fell off the bandwagon. But it's really good because when you start tracking these things, you can kind of see, okay, June looked like this. What happened in June that's not happening in July? What did I do in June that's not happening in July? And you can kind of figure out where you need to tweak something to make your business better and make it to the goals that you want to be each month. If you're just kind of like, oh, willy-nilly, you got stuff flying all over the place, and it's like sheets of paper all over, you kind of don't really know where your business is going, what direction you're headed, and if you're hitting any goals. So, the money collected. So, I was telling Kayla earlier this morning, I woke up yesterday morning and this morning to 2 online orders. Both of them, one was $150, one was $100. I mean, and I'm just like, oh, that's great. And then I'm thinking, after I got the phone, well, I should keep track of this, because a lot of people ask me what my reorder is a month, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. I just see them order. Like, that's not very professional. So I need to get better at doing that. Do you have anything to add to that one?
Just that my coach's advice was, and so obviously if you haven't figured this out yet, I personally coach with Jenny Newt, who's helping our company with some of these behind the scenes things. And she was telling me that it's just sales and you wouldn't count it till the party closes. So for example, you would count it like if you have Susie's party this week, but you close it next week, you'd count the sales in that next week. So I closed a party today at 380. So I counted today 380. Does that make sense to everybody? So I need to be doing about, she wants me to be doing $1,250 a week. That's my metric. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Tuesday and I got to get going. And it literally has been kind of helpful. And then also to Chris's point, the way that you can really get your sales up, if this is the issue you struggle the most in, I was just telling someone else this, you just need to hostess coach strong. Get as many people there as possible, have people placing orders online ahead of time, encouraging her to get outside orders afterwards by breaking it down for her where she's at and helping her see the benefit. My hostess today wanted to close a week ago at 200. And I was like, no way. Like, you get an order, I'll get an order for you. Like, let's work together. So I just want to say, like, I think it's strong hostess coaching that prevents, or weak hostess coaching that prevents that number from creeping up. That's the fastest way to get it up. If you're doing all one-on-ones, then just being really good at closing the deal at the end. And if you need help with that, reach out to your leader. Okay, keep going, Carissa, so I don't run out of time. Sorry.
Okay. And then the next one is recruiting. That one was on there. So recruiting, this is for a month, but again, what your personal goal is, but keeping track of your recruits and setting yourself, if you want to be team leader, or if you just want to keep, honestly, if you want to be team leader, you're going to recruit. So in the culture that Wildtree and Southwestern have is that they want to build leaders and they want us to be able to reach our potential, and we deserve what we want, whether it's $500 a month or $50,000 a month. And how do you do that? You recruit. So, Kayla?
So I'm just typing myself some notes here about recruiting. So every month you need to recruit, period. If you want to make wealth here, if you want to earn wealth for your family, I mean, you can definitely do this part-time and not share the business opportunity. That's okay. But we all know why you need to recruit. So let's talk about how. It's really important that, and I was telling Jess Schultz this, I'm going to use her again, and Dawn for you too. It's really important that your contacts each day aren't just the fun stuff, that you do reach out to people about the opportunity. One great reason right now to reach out to people is to go back through your surveys, look through anybody that marked literally anything but a 0, and message them and explain as part of your contacts, not all in one day, you know, spread them out, but basically say like, hey, our business builder kit is changing and this is your last chance to buy in at $50. Have you given it any more thought? Sometimes life changes and maybe you have a new need or a new desire, and I would love to help you with that. Are you interested in hearing more? We've got a great online event coming up Thursday night at 8 p.m. And if that doesn't work, I can give you a call and we can do a one-on-one this week. Boom, that counts as a one-on-one, and you did a reach for the day. Like this is not rocket science. So that's where my recruiting numbers come from. People think I'm saying something special. I'm just sharing my heart. I really believe our opportunity is the best thing we have besides the Alfredo. It's a really tough fight right now at our house. We really do love the Alfredo right now. But I think the business builder kit's the best. And so, and then referral wise, as far as recruits go, asking people at your parties, if they say, no, I'm not interested, saying, well, who do you know that may need the income or something? Brandy had Alfredo on her veggies tonight. That's awesome. That has been huge, you guys. One of my recruits that joined last month, she was a referral. And so that's insane to me. She joined right before actually she's this month, July's. She joined right before conference. So just perspective, right? Giving you perspective on recruiting. You have to be reaching out. If you're not asking people to join, please don't be surprised when you don't have a team of members or you have a team of just discount reps. It's probably your presentation of the opportunity.
And then, yeah. And then you followed up. The next one was referrals. So you just touched on that. So asking for referrals about the recruiting piece, which you said, if someone says no, who do you know that might like an additional stream of income? Who do you know that would love to do what I do? Who do you know that would love, to share Wildtree's mission with their friends and family, using those words because this was my other big aha moment when I heard these was the referral piece, because maybe I was subconsciously asking for referrals, but I obviously want to be aware of it when I'm at checkout or if I'm just talking to someone, maybe it's my neighbor or whoever, and they're like, no, I'm not interested. Well, okay, all right, maybe some other time. And why wouldn't I just say well, do you know anyone else that would, love quick meals for back to school season? I mean, knock out dinner time. They don't have to think about it. So just that referral piece is a big one. And that's for recruiting and booking and sharing Wildtree for customers too. And then the last one is sharing the app. They say 2 times a day. I think I shared it 20 times today. People, and yesterday it might have been 1,000. It felt like, because I was just but sharing the app twice a day, and I think that's kind of small. I think that's small. I think you should share it 10 times a day, but that's me personally. So that's the last one for those critical success factors. So using these all during the week, and then Kayla, did you upload your activity tracker yet?
I'm going to load it. We loaded it to the LIT group and the directorship group. It's out there, but we'll load it right after this call. When I share the video, Carissa will load the file to her organization and I will to mine. Really quick, we're going to run out of time. So if you have a question, can you comment on the playback and we'll answer them? And for our last minute, I just want to add to that really quick. The reason that Jenny has some of the numbers lower, if you're wondering, well, gosh, common sense wise, why wouldn't you share the app with everybody, 8 to 10 people a day? Because she's afraid when you do that, you only have so many hours in a day. What are you not going to do then when you go out to share the app? You're not going to go and recruit, and you're definitely not going to go and ask strangers because you're working out with lunch. Maybe you don't want me as your coach. Questionable. Jess Schultz is laughing. Sonia's smiling. Okay, Brandy's smiling.
Slow motion again.
What'd you say? Oh, went in slow motion again? Damn my phone. Sorry, people. I don't know what's going on. If you can't hear me, I'll just talk a little slower. But anyway, in all seriousness, do something every day, 5 days a week. I promise you, your business will grow, even if the numbers are lower than this, and track it. We're going to upload the recording to our team pages shortly,